Today we talk about process engineering in Germany, and we have 3 programs from Technische Universität Dortmund and Leibniz Universität Hannover. Professor Lucia, Professor Ned, and M.Sc will be presenting today. Of course, I will be introducing them individually. Before that, I want to mention who is behind this session. This is my German University, a database where you can find programs that are offered in Germany. Now, I don't only say English taught study programs, because you can also find programs that are English and German, English and some other language, or fully German. So any programs or all programs that are offered by German universities can be found in this study finder, which has lots of filters, and in a bit I will explain why you need this and why it's actually useful. You can check out our articles for details in case you need to apply for APS, or you need some visa details, or you want to apply for a scholarship. Check out these articles, as they are very informative, also country specific, sometimes very broad as well, in case you want to have an overview of a thing. And those articles are even translated, so feel free to check that out again, and the selected language will be available. In case you have ideas on what we should write our articles about, let me know in Q&A. I will also communicate this to my team. And of course, we have webinars. Those webinars are in 2 groups, general and subject webinars. During general webinars, we cover broader topics like UniAssist, scholarships, studying in Germany, and visa. And there my colleagues present those, and we again have a 30-minute Q&A with you. And during subject webinars like today, we have guest speakers, and we are always very thankful for their time and contribution to the webinar to present the program and even answer your questions. Especially if you are in the process of application, and I hope you are, then it's also nice to have this direct contact already now. And of course, the team, we are based in Hamburg, and as already you see different flags, so we are also counseling in different languages. 3 of them right now apply to me. So if you have questions in different languages, I could also answer them. All right, now about process engineering. So if you select a subject in our study finder, process engineering, you see 55-degree programs. And then maybe you go for master or bachelor, you can always select this here, and also apply different filters. For example, application requirements, speed language requirements, program features, for example, regarding work experience, university type. All of that will help you to narrow down the search, and then you will already have, I don't know, let's say 10 programs to skim through, and actually already like dive deep, not skim through, but dive deep, and then select the ones to which you want to apply. To again ease the process, you can always mark the selected programs with the heart here. It's easy, it will be added to your dashboard, and then you can again check them individually. Many programs have these bigger tiles, which means that you can find not only the application documents, but the whole application process, how it's done. Maybe a video is there, testimonials, career options. So when you click on one of the programs, you will see lots of information. And this way you can also find the most suitable program. Then we have subject pages. For example, if you don't really know how it feels like studying process engineering in Germany, for example, you don't know what are average tuition fees, or are there any, or maybe what are usual language requirements, you can check subject pages that provide overview of the subject and what are possibilities in Germany. Also, career options will be mentioned there. It's very important to always check each program individually and carefully, because they are always very unique, different, and this way you are making a knowledge decision, so that you are not guided only by city names or rankings. Also, we always mention that in Germany there are different types of universities, and why we mention it, because in recent webinars I had experience of questions if I graduate from University of Applied Science, is my degree recognized abroad or not? Yes, of course. If you graduate from a state-recognized university in Germany, then your degree will be recognized. And just to clear all these doubts, I want to mention that the only difference, which is not even a difference in some cases, is that usually universities have research and theory-oriented programs. So universities of applied sciences have more application and practice-oriented programs. Again, this could vary and it could be different based on the program. So program decides how to structure itself, and there could be exceptions on both sides. There were some differentiations about PhD, which is no longer there. For another advice will be to check subjects by search for programs by subject, not by program name, because when you have a subject, then you can already narrow down according to different criteria, but guessing program name is not that correct, we believe. And fine, and yeah, this is where my part stops, because I give the mic to Professor 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘯𝘨, who will be talking about chemical engineering, process systems engineering from Dortmund University. The location, some quick facts about the program, maybe very important deadline, and there are no tuition fees are on the slide, and Professor will share.
Everybody, so my name is 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘯𝘨. I'm a professor for process automation systems at TU Dortmund University, and I'm very happy to talk to you a little bit about study direction process systems engineering at our university. Yeah, I'm also responsible for this study direction. I'm teaching also a lot in this study direction, so if you have any question also about the real life of the study direction, then I will be also very happy to answer. So maybe a little bit about TU Dortmund University, in case you have never heard about this university. So it was founded in the 60s. It has two campuses, North and South campus, 30,000 students. So it's a rather big university, a lot of international students, and it has 17 departments with many engineering subjects, but also other social sciences, math, and computer science. So it's a general university. There are a couple of special things about TU Dortmund University. So, for example, in many universities in Germany and also in this one, when you register, you get a mobility ticket where you can basically move around the whole state of North Rhine-Westphalia, which includes also many other cities like Düsseldorf or Cologne, for free. Yeah. It has a very large university sports building with a lot of different sports. It is inexpensive housing, especially with respect to compared to many other places in Germany. It is a very green campus. It has a SkyTrain. It's the only university in Germany that has, you can see a SkyTrain that communicates the campus north in the north and the campus in the south. You can also walk, but you can also take the SkyTrain. It's a pretty interesting experience. And because it's a campus university, it has also a very strong student community. So Dortmund, in case you don't know where it is, maybe if you like football, you have heard about Dortmund before because of the football team. So Dortmund is located on the west of Germany here. So it is located in the Ruhr area, which is Germany's most densely populated area with almost 6 million inhabitants. It is nowadays a very green area. It's a melting pot with very helpful to arrive people from different cultures. I myself also not German. I've been living also very happily here for the last years. And as I said before, it has relatively low costs of living, especially if you compare it with other big cities in Germany like Berlin, Hamburg, or Munich. So the Dortmund is around 600,000, but as I said, this is located in a very densely populated area with the neighboring cities. Yeah. Okay, so but we are here to talk about the study directions and in particular process systems engineering. So what is this program? Yeah, so fortunately, this program has already a long history, almost 20 years of this kind of internationally oriented education in our Department of Chemical Engineering. So what do process systems engineers can? They can and they equipped when they finish the program with advanced skills to design, simulate, optimize, and control complex chemical and biochemical production systems. Okay, so this is the core of this process: designing, simulating, optimizing, and controlling complex chemical and biochemical production systems. Yeah, so you learn from cutting-edge tools like Aspen, gProms, as well as new methods of artificial intelligence and machine learning that are becoming more and more popular also in process systems engineering. Also, a special feature is that the first semester is offered as hybrid semester, so you can follow the lectures online, and this is in our experience very important because we know that visa can take a little bit of time, and maybe some of you cannot make it to the start of the program in October, so you don't have to worry about it. You will be able to follow, and then if you arrive 1, 2, 3 months late, then it shouldn't be a problem. So this program is very popular also because of the careers prospects of graduates. So this has been running already for many years. So we already have a lot of experience of alumni that have then gone into European or German industry from large chemical enterprises like Bayer, BASF, Covestro, Shell, BP, all these large chemical enterprises, to pharmaceutical industry, to contractors in automation companies, even to other type of industries like food industry or the semiconductor industry. For example, we have many alumni from the program that are joining the semiconductor industry in Germany. So there are also other members that are going to research and development in different companies, and also some that stay in academia, do PhDs, and follow also an academic career. Yes, maybe a little bit to give you a glimpse of what can you expect in this course. So it is a program that comprises 4 semesters. You see here the 4 years: year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4. And you see here the different modules or the different courses that you have. In the first year, everything are mandatory modules. So this is a little bit of, okay, because everybody comes from different places. Yeah, we try to put the basics very solid so that everybody has the fundamentals that are necessary to go on and to finish the program, from computer science to introduction to reaction engineering, a little bit of fundamentals of chemical engineering on mass transport, and introduction to process dynamics and control. This is the course that I do, and some labs about control, pumps, a little bit of basic laboratory experiments related to process systems engineering. Then the second year continues with modeling and simulation. So this is a model that includes a lot of static simulation, dynamic modeling, and also database dynamic modeling. So this kind of, okay, we need to build models and we need to be able to simulate those models. Then you have technical specialization. So you get these light green courses. There are 3 of them along the program, and you can choose 3 or out of 5 courses here. Then you have room for electives. So there is a lot of electives that you can do together also with the German students that are doing also the German speaking master, but the electives are in English, of course. And so you can find everything from specialization, if you like these topics, to machine learning, to model predictive control or advanced control methods. So there is a little bit of everything. Then you go into the third year with a group project, process optimization, conceptual design, and more electives. And then the program is finished with a master thesis. So what do you require to apply? So you require a bachelor's degree in chemical engineering or a related discipline. If it's a related discipline, we prove that you have enough knowledge on what is important for process systems engineering, right? So process control system, logic, simulation, mathematical modeling, those are necessary things that you should have. A bachelor's degree in chemical engineering usually has this basic, right? It's a program that is taught in English, so you require also English language proficiency at the level B2. And this is basically what you need to apply: APS, letter of motivation, 2 letters of recommendation, and certified translations of some documents. Very good. So how to apply? And important, May 15th is the deadline. So you still have around 2 months to prepare everything. And yeah, we hope that you apply. We start in the winter. As I said, for most of you, I guess this will be applied. If you have a university degree from the European Union, then there is no deadline for it. Or if you have a university degree from a German university, also you can apply throughout the year. But of course, the start of the program is in the winter term anyway. Yeah, I think this is basically all that I wanted to talk about the program. So if you have questions about applications and enrollment, you can contact Marie-Christine Bos, is the academic coordinator of the Department of Chemical and Biochemical Engineering. This is where I am located. This is also where this study direction is located. If you have more detailed questions about the program of Process Systems Engineering, you can just contact me. I'm also the representative for international affairs of our department, and I've been teaching in this study direction also for many years. And yeah, if you are interested about machine learning, automatic control, advanced control, then you can drop me an email too. I'll be happy to answer your questions. And yeah, that's all from the moment.
Let me give the mic to Professor Markus Nett, who will be talking from the same university about Master Biopharmaceutical Engineering. Again, 15th of May is important, and there are no tuition fees. So your full attention towards Professor Nett.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nino, for this kind introduction, and hello, everybody. So my name is Markus. I'm professor for technical biology and currently also vice dean for study affairs at the Department of Biochemical and Chemical Engineering of TU Dortmund University. So I'm very happy that you join us today, and I'm also very grateful for the opportunity to present you our master program in biopharmaceutical engineering. Now, what can you expect from my talk today? Let's see. So first, I will give you some information about the location of our university and the university in general. And afterwards, I will introduce you to our study program. I will talk about the admission requirements. And in the end, I will also talk a little bit about the application procedure. What types of documents do you need? And I also would like to give you some useful contact information. So the city of Dortmund is located in the Rhine-Ruhr area. So this is a region in Germany that is named after two rivers, which are the region's defining geographical features and historically also its economic backbone. The city of Dortmund actually is the third largest city in the Rhine-Ruhr area with a population of about 600,000. And when you visit Dortmund for the very first time, you will probably be surprised by the abundance of green spaces inside or within the entire city. So in the age of industrialization, Dortmund was associated with heavy industry. So for instance, coal and steel. But this has tremendously changed. And since the 1960s, Dortmund has shifted and adapted to a high-tech industry, for instance, biomedical technology and also microsystems technology. So nowadays, Dortmund is very well known as one of the most sustainable and also digital cities in entire Germany. And almost 1/2 of the entire municipal territory are covered by parks, spacious parks, by greenlands, agriculture, forests. So it's really a very nice place to be. Dortmund is also home to many cultural and educational institutions, and you heard it in Professor Lucia's talk before, so also home to an internationally renowned football club. But I'm not going to talk about sports today. I rather would like to give you some information about our university. Now, TU Dortmund University was founded in 1968, so it represents a comparatively young university. It hosts more than 30,000 students, and of which about 20% have an international background. Our staff comprises almost 6,600 employees, as well as 325 professors. And the university's main research programs are in the fields of engineering and natural sciences, but, and this might be surprising, we also house humanities. And in my opinion, this is quite a unique feature for a technical university in Germany. Worth mentioning, so, and Nino also mentioned this in the beginning, so all study courses at TU Dortmund University are tuition free. Now, where's the university located? So you can find it about 2 miles outside of downtown Dortmund, and it is easily reached by public transport. The university consists of 2 campuses, a north campus and a southern campus, which are connected by an automated hanging monorail system, which is free to ride for students. And you can see this monorail system also on the lower photo on the slide. Well, one of the most prominent buildings in the entire university is the Mathematics Tower, which houses the Faculty of Mathematics. And here you can also see the rear side in the lower photo of this building. So this is the Mathematics Tower. Our own department, the Department of Biochemical and Chemical Engineering, is also located on the northern campus, just across the Mathematics Tower. And it is one of the largest university departments in Europe that is dedicated to biochemical and chemical engineering. In my opinion, we provide really a great learning infrastructure with really a very large number of laboratories for our students, computer pools, and our department is also very proud about its welcome culture. So we are trying really hard to provide a supportive and inclusive environment for our students. So we have also introduced some advanced language courses for those international students who think about pursuing a career in the thriving engineering sector in Germany's industry. And what is important for you to know, so these language courses, which are offered, are fully creditable as electives in our international study programs. And this brings me now to the biopharmaceutical engineering program. Biopharmaceuticals are protein or nucleic acid-based drugs. And these macromolecules are among the most important growth areas in the pharmaceutical industry. Examples include therapeutic antibodies to treat cancer or autoimmune disorders, but also RNA vaccines such as those that were developed during the corona pandemic. The production and also formulation of these products is no easy task. So it requires specific qualifications and also extensive training. And in our master program, so you will learn to design and also to operate such complex pharmaceutical production systems using mathematical models and also modern computational tools in order to run simulations and also for optimization. You will also master the methods of process development and monitoring. You will be familiarized with the formulation of biopharmaceuticals. You will get insights into industrial cell culture technology, and you will learn how to interpret process and product data. Now, the entire study program takes 2 years or 4 semesters, including the master thesis. And in the first semester, you will attend some general competence courses, which are mandatory. And these courses introduce you to process dynamics and control, to the thermodynamics of pharmaceutical systems, as well as to cell and tissue reaction engineering. Sergio mentioned this already in his talk. So all lectures, exercises, and seminars in the first semester of our international programs are offered as hybrid courses, so that international students who are still waiting for their visa can already participate in these courses. So you must not be worried that if you are not in time in Germany, so to start in presence at the university, you will have total access to all the lectures and exercises, so you can fully participate even if you're still in India, in Turkey, in United Kingdom, or the United States. So this is no problem at all. Now, the designed courses for the biopharmaceutical engineering specialization are taught in semesters 2 and 3. They include dedicated classes such as drug formulation engineering and process analytical technology, but you can also select from a variety of technical specialization courses and electives. You will then conclude your studies in the 4th semester with the preparation of the master's thesis. You can do this either at the university or maybe also in collaboration with the company or industry. So if you want to get some more details about our program, so you can check the website of our department. You will find also a lot of information on the website of my German university. And also, please feel free to contact us at any time if you need some further information. Now, what about the application requirements? Actually, there are only 2. First of all, you must hold a bachelor's degree in an engineering discipline, be it bioengineering, chemical engineering, environmental engineering, or related discipline. So a degree that is equivalent to a bachelor is also fine. And second, you must provide proof of your English language proficiency. And in general, a TOEFL or maybe a Cambridge first certificate will do. But as indicated on this slide, if you have another language certificate or a language of instruction certificate, please contact us in advance to clarify the eligibility of this document. And in many cases, we will accept also alternative formats. And if we don't do, we can inform you in time so that you can schedule a required exam and test to get the needed document. So for the application procedure, you will also need some additional documents which are listed on this slide. If you have a Chinese, Vietnamese, or Indian school or university degree, so you must also provide a certificate from the academic evaluation center, which will verify your documents. Nino mentioned already some information about APS, so you will also find this on My German University. We request all our applicants to send us a letter of motivation in which you're supposed to state why you're interested in joining our master program in biopharmaceutical engineering. And your application document should be accompanied by 2 letters of recommendation, one of which must be provided by a university professor. And last but not least, we also ask you for some certified translations of your school and university diplomas or certificates. And this brings me already to the application procedure. So this is quite simple. So the application is always carried out online, and it depends a little bit. So if you have an international non-European Union university degree, you have to use UniAssist for the application. Please note, in this case, the deadline is July 15th, so it's a little bit different. I'm sorry, we have not sent this information to My German University yet, so we have extended this deadline a little bit. So you can send us all your application documents until this date in order to enroll in the subsequent winter term. So the biopharmaceutical engineering program always starts in the winter term, which is here in October in Germany. So if you want to start in October 2025, we need all your documents by July 15th. And if you have an international European Union university degree or a German university degree, So the application procedure is a little bit different. In this case, please use the websites which are indicated on this slide, which are provided by TU Dortmund University. And I think I should come to an end. So I also would like to give you the important contact information. As mentioned before, please feel free to contact us at any time if you have any questions or concerns. So we are really happy to receive your questions. We are happy to answer them. And if you have any questions about the admission procedure, about applications and enrollment, please contact our academic coordinator, Marie-Christine Boos. Her email address is provided. And if you think, oh, a personal contact would be much nicer, so she's also very happy to schedule a Zoom conference with you and so to give you some specific advice. And if you have any questions about the biopharmaceutical engineering program, please direct your questions directly to me. I'm looking forward to this. And yeah, at this point, thank you very much for your attention, also for your interest in our study program. And I'm already looking forward to meeting maybe some of you on TU Dortmund campus by winter term, maybe in my classes in cell and tissue engineering. Thank you.
And here is Manmet Singh, who will be talking about optical technologies from Leibniz Universität Hannover. I will not mention anything in case there are some changes, then I will hear it from Manmet and then update my team as well.
Sure. I hope I'm audible there. Right. Okay. So let me share the screen, then we can start. Okay, so now it should be visible to everyone. Yeah, okay. Hi, welcome to the seminar, and we had a wonderful presentation from TU Dortmund. So now we move a bit towards like a middle of Germany to another TU university from the group of TU9, that's Leibniz University. And let's start with a small video about the optical technologies. It will give you a whole viewpoint what is waiting for you at the University of Leibniz. Actually.
Licht ist so faszinierend wie rätselhaft. Es ist die wichtigste Lebensgrundlage der meisten Lebewesen und besitzt zugleich die Kraft, Moleküle aufzuspalten. Ohne Licht gäbe es keine Photosynthese und es hat Einfluss auf deine Stimmung. Aber Licht kann noch mehr. Es ist pure Energie. Energie, mit der man Materialien vom Blatt Papier bis zur zentimeterdicken Stahlplatte verdampfen und schneiden kann. Nachhaltige Energie, die sich mittels leistungsstarker Photovoltaik in Strom verwandeln lässt und die von innovativen Leuchtmitteln hocheffizient wieder in Licht zurückverwandelt wird. Präzise Bearbeitung von Materialien mittels Lasern schont Ressourcen. In der Produktion oder Medizin sind die Anwendungen von Licht potenziell grenzenlos. Laser zeigen uns den Weg, übertragen ganze Kinofilme in Sekundenschnelle um die Welt und darüber hinaus. Es bedarf kluger und kreativer Köpfe, die die entsprechenden Technologien entwickeln, um Licht nutzbar zu machen. Der Studiengang Optische Technologien, Laser und Photonik verbindet abseits starrer Disziplingrenzen verschiedene wissenschaftliche Zweige miteinander. Die richtige Basis für deine Tätigkeit in einer der Schlüsseltechnologien des 21. Jahrhunderts. Schreib dich jetzt ein.
So the video was of German, but it was just like a teaser to show what everything we do in Hannover when it comes to optical. Yeah. So a bit about Hannover. Hannover is a capital of Lower Saxony state. It's one of the biggest states in Germany. It is also called the city of trade fairs because we have a number of trade fairs, which are one of the biggest trade fair in the world. And then it's also one of the very green city. We have a lot of greenery and also called the city of royals because of the history of Hannover city being also the king of England at the same time. So we have beautiful gardens, and also we have like a city forest. So normally you have a city in the middle and a forest around it, but in Hannover we have the forest in the middle and city around it. And this forest goes as the biggest city forest in the world. It's 2 times the Central Park. So we have a beautiful gardens, as I said. We also have our big lakes and also our new city hall. And Hannover is also known as one of the international cities in whole Germany. Who I am? So I'm a NEET. I work in a dean office, basically coordinating all our master programs which we have. And today I'm here to talk about optical technologies. Just a bit over the profile of university. In the university, we have over 29,000 students from 119 countries, and we consist like 150 different institutes. As I told, it's one of those 9 𝘱𝘢𝘪 universities. Our international core research areas are quantum optics and gravitational physics, which also include the Einstein elevator. Then we have our optical technologies, biomedical research, and production engineering. It's not that because we are here to talk about optical, that's why they are here written. I think later on, when I will talk about the research institutes, then you will get to know why they are our international core research areas. So that's how our main campus look like. It's a schloss, or you can call a palace, because it was made as a palace but never used as a palace. So that's where the university came into existence. And this is our newly built campus mechanical engineering. It's also in Hannover, and it's newly and the most sustainable campus which overall we have in Germany. And on this side we have a production center, so that's also a part of campus, and all research institutes and different institutes, they work here on a different topics. So I brought some of the examples with me just to give you an expect that optics is a very vast field. We call it, like in the industry, like smartphone of industry, because you can use it anywhere. So this in the first picture, it's a NEMO, so that's an autonomous shuttle vehicle which move between the train station and our mechanical campus. Then we know that laser is very heavily used in production when it comes to laser cutting, welding, and other things. Then we have a very big field and a most interesting field in which I also have a specialization. It's a biophotonic in the field of medicines. Then also in the entertainment industry, this is actually a picture from a Roncalli circus. It's a very famous one. So in 2019, they decided not to use a real animal, so they use a hologram, because holographic images are also a part of optics. And in the new field, we have whole quantum field where the optics plays a very beautiful role. Then also we have, as I said, in a medical industry. So this is an example of a system called Argus system. So it's basically, if you see, so there's a Netflix series called Black Mirror. I think they're in their first of the episode, they have where the people have implants in the eyes and they can record everything, then they can watch it again. So actually that comes as a motivation for the Argus system, which is allowed in US at this time, for the blind people to have an implant so that they can see a bit around them, which is also like a gift towards someone who haven't seen a world till now. So these are the SATCOMs. These are used to communicate with the satellites. And this is actually the actual picture from an event in Hannover, which we have once a year. We call it so like a light evening, where the all main buildings of Hannover are connected using the lasers. Yeah, so let's jump a bit deep into the Master of Optical Technologies. So this program is structured in such a way that you have 3 different parts. So we have a German taught program, then also we have an English taught program for our international students. In German taught program, we have further special like 2 parts. One is for the students coming from physics, the students coming from mechanical engineering, and in an English program, we combine both of them under photonics and laser technology. So these are our specialization fields. So we have optical measurement technology, we have laser technology, biophotonic, then we have technical optic and applications in automobile, then we have optics in production and energy technology. And in a coming year, there will be more field like a quantum and a new AI-based fields. Yeah, so we have, so I will go over the German program very fast because I think we concentrate more on our English taught program. So this is some like a master curriculum for the people coming from a physics background in a German program. This is for mechanical engineering background, but it will be taught in German. So now we go to the international program. So this will be like a master curriculum for the students coming from an international program, which will be completely in English taught. So you have like 4 compulsory modules, and then there are like you have optional modules, which should be of 35 credit points. So we have a very big list to choose from. Then we have master labs. We also have internship. If you want to do internship, that's good. If you say no, I already did my internship in bachelor because bachelor plus master makes one big module in Germany for 300 credit points. So you have to do an internship once. Either you do it in a bachelor or you do it in a master's. So if you have done your bachelor, like internship in bachelor, so here, then you can have 3 more optional courses. Or if you have a work experience, you can get it recognized under internship. Then we have student project, which goes for 3 months. And then we have a big master thesis, which go for 6 months. This year, Studium Generale or tutorium, so that's something where we allow the students to take any course which is offered in university. So Leibniz University offers approximately 30,000 courses. Does not matter which faculty, which field. If you find something like there are many students who take courses like rights of engineers. So that's basically is a course about your rights when you go in the market or in the industry. So it's good to know the rights, the legal rights. So it's the course which many students do it, or many students, they do the German language course of different levels. So you have here completely freedom to visit any course or seminar which is offered at the university. If you want to have a look into the course catalogs, you can just scan the QR code, or I think there will also be a link in the chat, or later when you get a follow-up mail in the presentation, then you can also scan it. So the course catalogs are available in the German language and also in the English language, and there you will find every description of different courses, what are the goal of the courses, what will be taught, and what are the requirements for the courses. So the perspective blick, as I said, the optic is a very vast industry, so it's easy to get lost in which field I want to go after masters. So this is a small, like a basic light principle using a prism we tried here to depict. That after passing out the master, you have an option to go in the automobile industry, you have to go in a medical industry, you can go in the imaging industry, space industry, entertainment, communication, or if you say no, I want to research further, you have an option to do your PhD. And I would really like to tell you at this point that Leibniz University, we have an excellence cluster, 𝘱𝘢𝘕𝑥𝑑, that's like excellence cluster in the field of optics. So like we are really very concentrated on optics. If you remember at the starting of my presentation, I talked about our international core research topics, and there was optics on the top. So yeah, because we have a number of research institutes which go in the partnership with the university. So we have Laser Center Hannover, which do the research with a number of big companies. We have cooperations with the companies like Trumpf. That's one of the leading company when it comes to laser in the field of production. Then we have our own production center where 21 different institutes sit and they work on different topics, from robotics to also having a production. Like there is an institute which is doing a project together with a laser center and a production center for finding how to do a 3D printing on the moon. So these are the topics which we do together with the DLR. So that's the 𝘗𝘀 so that's like a German space agency with whom we have a number of projects going on. So then we have a NIVE. So that's a government. So Lower Saxony, so that's a state. So we have a Lower Saxony Center for Biomedical Engineering, Implant Research and Development. So that's a government research institute, which also goes in a combination of Leibniz University and a medical school in Hannover. So here, the most researches are done in the field of biophotonic. So there you have a microfluidic channels lab on chip, you have nanoparticles, then you have optical tweezer, you have, so such topics are researched there. So my research is also done in a knife. So then we have an optical. It's still in a building, but I think mid of next year, the building will be completed. So the optics will have their own campus and a university center or research labs. As I told you, that we are happy that we are an excellence cluster, 𝘱𝘳𝘕. So this building will be just for optics, like a different location and a complete campus just for the optics. We also have an option to, if you say that, okay, I want to go outside in some other country and to gain experience that how the field of optics is doing in their country, you have an option. We have a cooperation over 119 countries. So we have their very good connection. If you say, okay, I want to go, for example, in Brazil or in Japan in 𝘗𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘪𝘯𝘨 University. So we have our international team who will find you a place and every agreement will be signed, and then you can just enjoy your time there. So coming to the main point, admission requirements. In the field of admission requirements, we need like a bachelor in engineering or either bachelor in physics. By language requirement, here we are a bit strict. We only accept the C1 level certificate. So there are a number of certificates which we accept under C1 level, which you will find under this code, but mostly it's IELTS, TELC. Then there is also TOEFL and also other certificates, which you will find under this QR code, because we want to concentrate on a quality than on quantity. Then about the credit requirements. So in the credit requirements, when someone is coming from an engineering field, we prefer them to have at least 15 credits of mathematics in their bachelor, 15 credits of technical mechanics, 27 credits from electric material science design and construction, and 8 credits of optics and physics. So if some of the credits are missing, then there are the ways which we where we try to find, okay, if we want to give admission to the student or not. There's always an option of Auflagen, but in this you will not get any Auflagen. So it depends if you have some research in optics, if you have good subjects in optics, and we say you have 6 credits in optics, so we say, okay, that student has done something in optics. Yeah, so similarly for the students coming from a physics background, they need to have 15 credit points in mathematics, 5 in technical mechanics, and 45 credits in physics and optics combined. Yeah, if you want to go through the official document on admission requirements, because in Germany everything is documented, so it's a document which is approved by the Ministry of Education in our state. So we have the original one in a German and an English translation. When it comes to legality, only the German one is applicable, but you are allowed to read any of them. Yeah, so here is the important point, you need a VPD because the admissions is through the university portal. So because it goes fast, and we do not accept mode of instruction certificate, except English is your mother tongue. So there we always differentiate between a national language and a mother tongue. So if English is your mother tongue, then you do not have to prove a C1 language certificate. Otherwise, everyone has to prove the C1 language certificate, and mode of instruction will not be accepted. Yeah, so the application period for the summer semester, so that is already, application period is gone. So that is 15 October to 30th of November. And the admission letters for this period goes normally out till 15th of December, so that the students, international students, have enough time to have a visa, appointments. For the winter semester now, which will be starting from October 25, like October 2025, the admissions period will be starting from 15th of April and will go till 30th of May. And the admissions letter will be going mid of June out, so that you have again enough time to organize your visa, your appointments, your traveling and everything. Yeah, if you have more questions, if you will scan this QR code, I think our contact it will be saved as a contact card in your phone, or otherwise just write an email to the Optical Technologies at 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘷𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘈, or it will be posted in a chat, I think. Yeah, if you want to get more info or stay in touch, here our website is there, and also our Instagram is there, where you can see how a life goes on a campus mechanical engineering and how the different study programs go on. Feel free to scan it if you want. And yeah, we wish you all the best for the future, and I hope to meet some of you in a winter semester, or maybe all of you in the winter semester at the Leibniz University, Hannover. Thank you.
Thank you, Mohammed, for the presentation, also nice video, and all the details you provided. Also, dear professor, thank you very much for taking questions in Q&A already. And yeah, we still have time to answer some questions. And let me start then, or let me continue with Mohammed, because the very first question that came was for you. From Christopher. Hello, for Hannover, what are the typical career paths for graduates of this program, particularly for those with a mechanical engineering background?
Yeah, I mean, we have students who had a background in mechanical engineering, and they did successfully our master program. They're working in a different companies, like in a whole automobile industry, and there are also we're working with big companies like a SpaceX, and also our German space agencies, then also many students who decided to go their PhD further. So yeah, so it's a very, very, like as I said, bigger field, because optics is used everywhere. I mean, even if you go to the supermarket, you have a machine to scan it, right? So it's also kind of optics. So nowadays we have the more things are changing into humanoid, and in a humanoid you use a number of optics, right? And if you have a mechanical background, it takes you in a further level. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Now it's question for 𝘗𝘢 Dortmund. I don't know, I think it's both of you or whoever feels comfortable. Sir, with your permission, may I ask a few questions regarding the exchange program between 𝘗𝘢 Dortmund and 𝘱𝘢𝘪𝘥𝘔 University, Sarawak campus? I would like to inquire about the available courses, language requirements, and other opportunities for exchange students.
Yeah, I mean, so I cannot tell anything very concrete about this, because I guess this is a exchange program that is with the TU Dortmund in general. So not specifically with our department. So I would suggest that you can contact the international office from TU Dortmund, and they have all the information about this. I can give you a contact there, so a website where you can look for more information, because I guess they are the best partners where you can really get some information about these specific exchange. I'll write the information in the answer.
The next question was someone with bachelor degree in material and metallurgical, is a person eligible to apply? I think Professor Lucia already answered it in written. If others also want to follow up on this, if it's relevant for as a background for your programs.
I mean, I can explain my answer. So I think the same answer was a little bit more expanded later. So this is what would classify as a related bachelor, not exactly a chemical engineering bachelor, but a related one. And in this case, as I said in my answer, this will depend a little bit on the specifics of the bachelors. Yeah, so for example, for process systems engineering, it is important that your bachelor's has some of the core elements of chemical engineers, which might be in some bachelors of metallurgical engineering, like a little bit of process design, process modeling, that you have some notions about these concepts, because this is really what we will build on later on, right? So we need this basis there to, so that you can be successful in the masters. Yeah, so the short answer is it depends. Unfortunately, the admission committee will check in detail your transcript of records, and will check if you do have these subjects that are a little bit critical for chemical engineering, even though the master's is not in chemical engineering. Yeah, so in principle, it is possible.
Mhm.
So I can add to this for the biopharmaceutical engineering program. And the same is true what Professor Lucia said. So it's a related discipline. It really depends on the courses that you have in your bachelor program. Our admission board and our examination board will check this. And there are two possibilities that can lead to your admission. One is that the admission board thinks, okay, you have the required specifications, the required expertise, and then you're admitted without any stipulations. Or it's possible that you're admitted and the examination board tells you, okay, you can enter this program, but you have to complete maybe 1 or 2 additional courses, so which are not covered in the standard program. So for instance, I guess you had a lot of, or you will have a lot of experience in material sciences, which is very nice for biopharmaceutical engineering, but maybe you didn't have any courses in reaction engineering. And so maybe at this point, you would need to take a bachelor course in our university for reaction engineering. But this is always decided on a case-by-case basis.
Mhm. Manomet, do you have any input, or it's not? I think I checked the program, the previous degrees that you mentioned. It's mechanical engineering, physics, optical technologies, power engineering, production, and logistics that are accepted, right?
Yeah, and also electronics engineering and yeah, electrical engineering. Because the thing is, then there is always missing the optics part, so that's why
Mhm.
it's difficult. As my colleagues from TU Dortmund, they mentioned that it's always the admission committee. It's not that they go through the individual cases, and it's decided always depending on the profile of a person.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Let's stay with you. How well is the program recognized by medical device manufacturing?
So it's basically like I don't think the companies have authorities to recognize any university program. And also when it comes from a course coming from one of the TU9, it's one of the most respected universities, either TU Dortmund or Hannover. We have the students passed out who did their specializations or took the courses from a field of biophotonics. So they have been working with the Fraunhofer. So that's also one of the biggest company in that case. And then we have the people working in Abbott. So that's also one of the clinical companies. So there are also many companies that are more startups. There are many who are doing their research in the knife. So that's a government research institute. So it's not that the companies do not recognize it. Everyone recognizes the course. That's I think is one simple thing from my side. Yeah, thank you.
Mhm. Yeah, definitely. You will have great perspective research, smart degrees. All of the three, you will not be lost. Dear Professor Ned, I see you're answering the question about interview. Maybe we could also take it live. The question was, or maybe there are two questions. What is the interview about, and does everyone have to do it? And is GRE a must?
Okay, I will start with the second question first. GRE is not a must. So the main reason is we are asking for a degree in an engineering discipline, and so we don't have to do, or you don't have to do a graduate record examination. So this is no must. What was the first question? Sorry. What is the interview about?
Interview.
Yes. This is mostly about your motivation. So you must not be worried that you are examined again or so about your skills in higher mathematics or modeling. And yeah, this is more about your motivation. And we are doing this with all of our students.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Then I mark this as answered. Manmet, the question was for you. How strict are you with GPA?
So just to explain it, like the whole concept. So in Germany, normally we have two types of courses, NC and non-NC. So NC are the one which have like a cutoff or a limited seats, and non-NC are open ones. So the optical technologies is a non-NC course. So for us, GPA does not matter at all. That's why I said that for us also, when you go through the admission requirements, there is a number of credits that you have to get. So like if you have done, we say 3 mathematic courses, each consisting 5 credit points, so that's make 15 credit points. So we have like we have academic requirements, not like a grade requirement. Yeah, I think that, yeah, I think that was the question, right? Yeah.
I hope you can hear me, because okay, cool, because my headphones are low battery and I couldn't hear any longer. So then I see a not question, but kind of also a request to talk personally with teachers. Dear Usman, I see your question. So for TU Dortmund, it was also mentioned that the contact person, Marie-Christine Booth, is also doing some Zoom arrangement if needed. The contact details for her, like her email and even phone, are in chat. And I am sure for Hannover, there will the email for Hannover is also in chat, and also the contact like phone number. But first of all, it's always good to check the program pages. Once again, maybe rewatch today's session, because most of the questions are answered with presentations. And if you still have questions, feel free to use one of those emails, and it will be possible, in case you have special cases, to arrange even a call. You see how friendly these people are, and I don't think it will be a problem. So for both of the programs, for all both of the universities and 3 programs, it will be possible. Then I have bachelor degree in physics. Am I eligible to apply? So I don't know which program this question is to. According to time, I think this is to Professor Ned. But
And just say about it, because I think physics, I don't know if it's also required in the TU Dortmund courses.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So then it's so then I take it the question. Yeah, if you have a bachelor degree in physics, so that's like a really good. That's like a cherry on the top for us for optical technologies, because optics is a part of experimental physics 3. So that's where you learn about optics, and yeah, that's I mean, that will be the most favorable degree to have admission in a master's. Yeah.
Great.
And just a small plug-in, if I'm allowed to do, like next week, I think again, and on 20th of March, we will be presenting our new program, like new master program also of English. So it's a AI-driven mechatronics and robotics. So that will a new study program, which will be starting from a winter semester. It's completely AI-based in the field of mechatronics and robotics. If anyone is interested, I think on the website of my German university, there will be a registration.
I can also put the link already in chat.
Yeah, and yeah, and then we will see each other again next week, I think so. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Next question. I have worked with bioreactors and cell culture processes before, but not in a pharmaceutical settings. How different is the approach in biopharmaceutical production? I think this is for sure Professor Ned.
Yeah. So I hope I understand the question correctly. So I think 2 main things. So the scale of the operations, the scale of the reactors might be different. So if you have run bioreactors and cell culture processes at a lab scale or in a research environment, and the second thing is GMP guidelines, you have to stick to them. In a pharmaceutical setting, there are also specific types of bioreactors, and we are also learning about designing these bioreactors and taking, considering specific engineering issues in this field. But yeah, so it's also a lot. It has also a lot to do also with the simulation and modeling of cell culture processes.
Mm-hmm. Let's stay with both of your programs, and then I also want to ask the same question to Manmed. Is it possible to apply with preliminary degree, because the person will finalize bachelor's program in June, and this was specific to TU Dortmund, but also relevant for Hannover, without having my final bachelor results, because otherwise I unfortunately don't have an option to apply. If I wait until the results come out for bachelor's, application deadline for TU Dortmund is going to be over by almost 2 months. So is it possible to apply? And I'm sure it's positive. So
I think for us, it will not be a problem, because optical you can apply in both semesters. So we have like admissions for the both semester. I mean, reading the question, I think it's more relevant to the TU Dortmund, because they have just winter semester admissions. Yeah, I will give over to my colleagues from TU Dortmund.
Yeah, I guess that you are expecting your bachelor degree from an international university outside European Union, and under these conditions, unfortunately, you cannot apply to enroll in the winter term 2025. So we definitely need your bachelor certificate, or at least a document stating, so together with the final degree, must not be the official document, but an official signature by the department that you have passed all the respective exams. And yeah, I'm sorry to have a negative answer at this point. If you are having you're doing your bachelor within Europe, the European Union, even if you're an international student from a non-European Union country, this is fine. Then you can also apply in August, in September. You could even apply in December and still enter the winter term program. This would still be possible.
It's also relevant for the second program. Yes, Professor Lucia? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I thought usually in some programs it's possible to apply with preliminary, but usually then they have direct application. But in this case, you need to do uni-assist, so you need to have the final results available. So yeah, this is for the attendee. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, the person has resent this question. Yeah, so unfortunately for TU Dortmund, it's not possible. For Hannover, you can apply because there are 2 intakes. And the last question is for Manomed, can I apply and submit my English requirement later for the optics program?
So it's a bit tricky, because we always say, yes, you can. But before you do your enrollment, we need a C1 certificate. So without that, you will not be enrolled in the program. And so we always say that we know that some English certificates, they are just valid for 2 years. So if your certificate is expired, you can send us expired certificate and registration in the new test, right? And similarly, if you do not have any language certificate, send us like a confirmation of your registration in the test. Because if you see, like for a winter semester, mid of the June, the letters will be out, the admission letters will be out. And so if you write your test in July or June, you still have 2-3 weeks until you get a result. And yeah, so until enrollment, you need to present it. And also at this point, I would love to mention that we do not offer any deferment in the admissions. So if someone is not able to make it and the admission, they have to reapply it, but it goes through the university. Yeah.
And maybe, okay, last question for everybody is that if somebody did a degree in English, do you still need a certificate, or is it fine to apply?
Okay, I can take it first. We still need a certificate because we know that in many countries, English is a mode of teaching, not only in bachelor's, also in the school. But still, we still ask for C1 level certificate. That's why I mentioned also we do not even accept mode of instruction certificate unless or until it's a mother tongue of a person. Yeah, thank you.
In TU Dortmund University, it depends a little bit. So if you have done your bachelor studies in English in an English-speaking country, so first language is English, then this is accepted. So we had such cases, so with people joining us from United Kingdom, so who did their bachelor in United Kingdom, and they didn't have to provide so a TOEFL or something similar. And the same is true. So we had before a university from Australia, so in the chat. So also in this case, I'm 100% sure this will be accepted.
Great.